I would assume Kevin probably doesn't want a credit card because he gets charged a fee. You know what I mean? Is it $40 though? I forget how much.
I thought it was $35, but I'm emailing you both right now.
Okay.
It's a cool method of transportation for sure. I keep telling them to sell it and let's go in on a fucking little Honda Jet. That's something I'll fucking use. I'd go get my pilot's license.
Like a helicopter?
No, it's a little jet.
No, it's a
sell the helicopter to buy the jet.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, aren't those Honda jets like 4 or 5 mil?
Yeah, they're probably a used one's probably 2.5, and actually it'd probably be a Cirrus one.
Does Cirrus make a jet now?
They make the coolest jet, 6-seater. If anything happens to the pilot, you hit one button. It's a red button. It's got a parachute too, but this isn't the parachute button.
The jet has a parachute also?
Yeah, the jet's got a parachute.
Which plane is this, Mark?
Cirrus jet.
Okay.
So, what is? Oh, turn that down. I'm hearing myself on there. So, you hit the button. It finds the nearest airport and runway it can land at, and it immediately tells everybody it's going there and lands 100%. So
Let me look this up.
Yeah.
Cirrus jet.
It's the safest jet probably there. What I don't understand is how come these big jets that we fly on don't have the exact same
What, a parachute?
What?
You got to turn that off.
I know, I'm working on it.
I fly the SR-22 and SR-20 on occasion that my friend and I rent at Jeffco.
That's cool.
And that's a turboprop. I didn't realize until you just told me that they actually make a jet, SF-50. But the SR is awesome.
It's there's some really cool shit. So that little Cirrus, man, it's like 400 cruising knots.
You
So you
buying
have
one,
your
Mark?
pilot's license?
No, I'd never
Oh,
buy
I don't
one.
want a license.
I'd go in with Tom on one.
What do you mean? I thought
Just have
you needed
full
the
access.
license. Does someone with a license fly?
But he won't get one.
Someone
You're better
who
off
has a
doing just
license
doing
rents
net
it,
jets.
Oh, yeah?
No.
and then we go up and together.
That shit's pretty expensive.
Well, you only buy
Buy
a
it.
plane is
That's
expensive.
for...
Not compared to net
You really don't need a license.
because it holds, those things hold their value
Yeah.
pretty well.
And by then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but net jets, you just you use it when you need it.
Yeah, I
They
understand.
can
There's no storage
tape a
fees.
ticket to my coffin if they want to for flying without a license.
I mean, what are they going to do? Stop you in flight?
Yeah, you don't
They
get
have
pulled
police?
over.
Yeah, they can't.
They won't pull you over to the side of the sky to check your license.
What's that?
Oh, Henry was asking me about how I fly without a license.
Oh.
And
They don't pull you over in the sky?
they don't pull me over to the side of the sky.
That would be interesting.
So what you do when you get pulled over, you turn off the car, put your hands on the steering wheel, put the window down, and turn on your dome light.
Yep.
Especially, what?
It's a good way to avoid problems.
Oh, at night, I've had that a couple times, and the cops really appreciate it. You just turn the dome light on, window down, hands on the steering wheel, and they love that. Because right away, they see inside the car.
Ripped off This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. And I mean that. We are the only ones that go out and fight for you. We try to help you out. Maybe you got a contractor in your life that ripped you off, took money up front and didn't do a damn thing, or did such a bad job, didn't finish the job. We are here to help you with anything like that. We're also here to help you if you got a landlord, maybe you haven't had heat or water for a while. How about a bad dentist? We've dealt with a lot of those over the years. A chiropractor, you pretty much name it. We have experts that help us behind the scene, one of which is in studio today with us. A call we get all the time. A call we get as much as most automotive problems. I'd say auto is number one, and auto is a bad deal with a repair shop, or a bad deal buying a used car or a new car, or buying too much of the mop and glow, getting sold, windshield coverage and everything else. So we get automotive calls number one. I'd say number two, contracting in general, but inside of that subcategory, I'd say roofing. We get so many calls on roofers. People signing contracts with them, especially right after a hailstorm. We call them the door knockers. They show up. They pretend they're in the neighborhood, but honestly, their entire sales force just pulled in from Oklahoma or Texas, where the last storm was, and now they're here because they read about and saw the hail that hit Colorado, and bam, the door knockers are everywhere. They trick you into signing a contract to get your roof done. Then they overcharge you. They do a horrible job. And then if you ever have any warranty issues, they're already off into Florida, where the hurricane is now coming. These guys chase the storm. They're storm chasers, but not the cool kind you see on Netflix. They're the kinds that try to trick you into spending money with them. You imagine that? Henry Bretz, let me ask you something. How many times do you get calls for your service side? Of course, you guys do new roofs, probably more than anybody in Colorado. But people that have had work done by some of these door knockers, and they go for some warranty issue a year later, maybe a gutter's falling off, something, and they're nowhere to be found because they're not even in state.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. That kind of thing happens all the time, especially when these fly-by-night contractors come in. They take care of maybe some restoration work, and then they do a shoddy job, and they leave, and they don't leave anybody behind. So we come in, and we have our W-2 repair techs. We take care of all kinds of, minor issues that most of these companies don't even want to mess with.
No, and I'll tell you something else. A lot of these fly-by-nights, they think they're everything. They think they're God's answer to everything. And what I mean by that is, not only are they roofers, but of course they do gutters, and they do gutter helmets, then they do siding, then they do painting, then they do deck work, then they do windows. But of course they don't. They farm it out to other people they don't know. So they want to take every aspect of that hail claim over, even though they don't do it. I've never seen Excel Roofing out there trying to sell a paint job. You guys do roofs and gutters. That's what you do.
Hey, Mark, how do these fly-by-night or door knockers, what's the timeline? If they do a roof and then they're gone, how do they get paid?
Well, they get paid right from the insurance company.
No, but I mean...
I don't know what you mean.
Time-wise, do they get paid before the job starts or after?
Well, it depends what door knocker it is, but I'll tell you this, and Henry knows this, most of those salespeople that come around selling, they get a down payment, and that's their commission, basically. That's why they'll never let you out of a contract. They already paid that sales guy.
Yeah, they get that quick commission, but to answer your question,
go ahead.
There's usually the first payment from the insurance company, so you get your first check and then your second check. And so sometimes there's usually, the first one's a total scam. So they'll sign the customer up, they'll collect the first check, and then they just completely disappear. Or more like a storm chaser method, they'll come in, they'll collect the first check up front, they'll do the work, they'll then collect the depreciation, they'll wrap the whole project up, but then they just leave town. So if there's a leak, any warranty issues, there's no follow-through on their end.
But my question, if they leave town, where does the check go from the insurance company? Does it go to their central business number?
Yeah, it goes to wherever their office is.
If they have an office.
Yeah, the door knocker works for a company. Some of them are massive companies that have sales forces wherever there's a storm. They just don't have anything here in Colorado. I mean, they have a corporate office or a mailbox somewhere. I mean, that's where the check goes to. 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. By the way, we do have one line open. Hey, Kelly, help me out here. Which is the follow-up, Peter and Lois? What is that? Kelly! Okay, she's on the phone. I'm not going to go to it because I have no idea what it is. Hey, Dina, what's going on with you? Hey, Dina?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't hear my name.
No, you're fine. What's going on? How can we help you out?
I booked a trip with a friend of mine to go to Costa Rica. Then about 10 days before the trip, my tenant went ballistic. I left the home. I rent a room out of my home. I left the home in the middle of the night for my own safety. 2 days later, he was served with a restraining order. A week later, the permanent restraining order. In both cases, the sheriff was supposed to remove him from the premises. It took until the 27th of February to remove him. My trip was to have started on the 22nd. The police could not guarantee my safety, so I couldn't get into the dwelling to get my passport to be able to take the trip. And now Fay Insurance will not pay the claim.
Now, first of all, I'm very curious on what happened. What happened with this tenant? So you just rented a room out in your house to this guy, right?
Yes.
So what happened there? I just want to know. I know it has nothing to do with the call, but how long were they there and what happened?
He was here 6 weeks before I had the temporary restraining order. He was mentally ill and on drugs that I was not aware of.
A creepo.
We believe that he was huffing because we found a lot of empty aerosol cans.
Oh my God.
That's the worst. That's some nasty stuff.
That's like just total brain fog. It just kills you. I mean, it's like huffing gasoline. That's
Exactly.
crazy. So, but you couldn't get him out of there, huh? But the sheriffs finally got rid of him, and you basically did it because you got that temporary protection order. Did you get that order turned into a permanent protection order, or is this guy just gone and off to his next party?
No, it took the police, the SWAT team, and the fugitive team 2 weeks to remove him from my premises.
What do you mean? So the SWAT team actually showed up at your house to get rid of this guy at one point?
Yes.
Oh my God! Talk about. I hear about bad tenants. This guy might be numero uno.
What was he wanted for, and why did the fugitive team find him, and why did the SWAT team show up?
Yeah, what was he wanted for if there was a fugitive team there?
I don't know what he was wanted for on the fugitive team.
Wow.
The reason SWAT came out is that he was so agitated, the police were concerned they would have to shoot to kill, and they didn't want to do that. So SWAT worked for 2 weeks to get him to come out of the house.
Wait a minute. He was boarded up, and I assume you were out of the house, right?
I was out of the house.
So he was boarded up or, whatever. He was locked in the house for 2 weeks.
Barricaded is the term, I think.
Thank you.
Yes, and he did $40,000 plus of physical damage to my home and property.
Oh, Lord. Did your insurance company step up on this?
Yes, State Farm did a great job.
Oh, my God. What a crazy story, Dean. I hope every landlord out there is listening. You got to background check these wackos. Holy moly.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. Background check, CBI check, any
Everything.
other check I can find.
Did he lose his security deposit as a result of this?
Yeah, I hope so. So let me ask you this. Now, let's go back to the travel insurance. So you had a trip that you were going to go on and you bought travel insurance, and this whole mess basically made it to where you couldn't go on the trip. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And who did you buy the travel insurance through? What's the name of the policy?
It was through Faye, F as in Frank, A-Y-E.
Faye Travel Insurance. All right, let me put you on hold. Take this break, and I want to look something up. Hold on. That and a lot more coming up in a second.
I can tell you right now, she needs to read that contract carefully to see what the conditions are for.
Let me know it works. Let me know that it works.
Joe Chiano, my friend, what is going on? You were just in studio with us very recently, man. Yesterday, we were talking about that annuity you guys have, and I'll tell you what I really love about it. 17% bonus. That is incredible. On top of the 17% bonus, which you start earning money on day one, if you ever need long-term care, and we've all looked at these insurance policies, and anybody with older parents like me have looked into the kind of pricing, and in Colorado, long-term care, Joe, is crazy. $10,000, $15,000 a month. You got to have something that pays for it.
That is right. So the annuity, Mark, besides the 17% bonus, and besides the long-term care benefit, one of the most important features that this annuity has for people that are retiring or during retirement right now is the guaranteed income for life.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Were you aware that the biggest fear that people have today is running out of money during retirement?
Well, I'll tell you, I know this. That I agree with you. And the other biggest fear a lot of people have that are getting older and that are in their 70s and 80s and have children is that their kids are going to have to take care of them and pull money out of their own pockets in order to take care of their parents. It's like they're going to become a burden. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. And they're terrified of that.
That is right. A lot of people have that fear. They have that fear that they don't want to be a burden to their family.
No.
They don't want to be a burden and they don't want to go into Medicaid. They want to be able to be, free to choose for their care.
It's so nice having that guaranteed money. If you're in a stock account, let's face it, if you were in stocks in 08, 09 and you were looking at retiring, I mean, you might have lost half your retirement. I mean, we're talking guaranteed money that when the stock market goes up, you actually participate with it. You make money. That account grows. And then if the stock market goes down, it ratchets and locks. You never lose any of your gains, but you participate when everything goes up. I want you to call Joe, talk to him about it. He's a fiduciary. He's a great guy. He's a friend of the family. I'm going to give you the website. Go to mymoneymyway.com. Go there right now. Call him up. Ask the questions. How much is my guaranteed check? mymoneymyway.com. I did that because I'm going to do CMG inside of the... Thank you. Make sure you fire it. Okay. Hey, Kelly, can you hear me? Dang, I can't hear you.
Hold on.
What was that? What is that follow-up, though, from Monday?
That was from Monday, and it was the couple that called in, Peter and Lois, and they had the issue with the HOA. So we brought Brad O'Brien on. And he reviewed all the documents, they had other questions. That's why Brad is on 7 to do the follow-up.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sorry, I was on the phone, so.
I wasn't like, yes, I yelled at you. So I'm not going to say I didn't yell at you, but it wasn't out of frustration. I really thought like I had to yell for you to hear me because the monitor was down.
So it wasn't an angry yell is what you were saying?
It was it was a fun yell.
I listen, when I'm on the phone and I mean, this guy could barely speak English that I was trying to understand.
What did he want anyhow? I saw you on there for a while.
Yeah. So there was something he sent an email because I couldn't understand him. He said FLOSOW system login. He says that you guys that referral list controls it.
Say it again.
It's called FLOSOW. I forwarded the email to Suzanne because I thought maybe she knew.
I have no idea.
And he can barely speak English.
Okay.
So,
Truckline Solutions? We can't reset the password for our account and can't enter the account.
Who is it?
Truckline Solutions?
Never heard of it.
It might be a scam.
That sounds like a scam.
and I'm telling you, he could barely speak English, so I don't feel comfortable calling him back.
Yeah, Coolio, don't. Shannon, did that work?
right, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino, you've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We do have one line open. We're going to go to an update with Brad O'Brien, but we're still getting that finished up. Let me kind of dig in here with Dina. By any chance, Deputy D, did you look up that policy? I thought you did.
Yeah, I sure did. I read the covered events.
So what are the covered events? Generally speaking, Dina, and if you're just joining us, people, basically she purchased travel insurance and couldn't go on the trip, and they're declining it. Most travel insurance, you basically got to have a doctor's note, but what did you find out?
Well, Mark, there are about, I'd say a couple of dozen reasons here that they cover your trip, but it would be helpful if Dina told us whether or not they have actually declined her claim and what reason they gave her, and then I'll let you know if that appears on this
Dina,
list.
what are they telling you? Did they decline it, and why?
They've declined it twice. The first time they said that the vandalism was done before the end of my trip.
Is that correct?
It was done during the time of my trip. The second time they denied it is because he was a resident in the home, but he was a trespasser effective the 13th of February.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you supply the criminal charges or the police report?
I supplied the police report. I supplied the temporary and permanent restraining orders that both included order to remove him from the premises.
And then let me ask you a couple specific questions. What date were you supposed to leave on the trip?
February 22nd and return on March 1st of 2025.
And what date did the police report? What date's on the initial police report?
The police reports start on the 11th of February.
Well, that is kind of an issue because you should have been on your trip, right? I mean, I understand the circumstance, but I understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I should have been on the trip on the 22nd. So this happened 9 days before I was supposed to leave and continued through the 27th, which was 2 days before I was supposed to come back.
Oh, so you're saying that the police report is before the date of your trip. So why are they declining it based upon that information?
They're saying that he was a resident in the home and therefore they don't have to pay. I'm saying he was trespassing because he was supposed to vacate the premises due to the restraining order.
From what you have read, Dimitri, about this policy, first of all, does it sound like a covered event at all?
No. And now keep in mind, I'm not looking at the entire policy, just the list.
The basics.
Their basic list of what they're covering. And the closest this comes to is an item called residence or destination becomes uninhabitable. However, I interpret that as your destination residence becomes uninhabitable. There is literally nothing in this list. I can quickly go through.
So what does it cover? Give me an idea of why someone would purchase it.
Injury of death.
Yeah.
The one I just covered. Complications of pregnancy. Financial default of an entity that provided the travel agent. Traffic accident. Quarantine or hijacking. Subpoenaed or ordered to appear in court. Called into active military duty. Almost done. Previously granted military leave revoked. Sickness or injury. Terrorist incident. Documented theft of passport. Felonious assault. Government travel alert. Mandatory evacuation due to natural disaster, job termination.
Boy, I'm not so
sure.
I
don't think protection order. I mean, if you have a protection order on me, Mark, and I come into our house and damage it, I don't think they're covering it.
Oh, but that's how. But you're probably talking about home insurance, right? I'm talking about travel insurance.
Oh,
yeah.
This
is
trip insurance.
Theft of passport. If she was unable to,
we don't even know if she was going somewhere with a passport.
Well,
though.
She's going to Costa Rica.
I was.
So
I was going to Costa Rica.
If she was unable
to the home to get my passport.
Yeah, but basically he stole her passport because he had possession and she couldn't recover it.
Is that the argument you were making, Dina, to him?
That was part of my argument. Yes.
And what did they say about that argument?
My initial argument. They just bypassed it altogether and said that I should have been able to get the passport, but the police couldn't guarantee my safety.
Here's what I want to do on this. This is going to be, do you have the actual policy?
Not on me at the moment.
Yeah, I want you to email us
file.
I want you to email us the policy, and I want to do this in 2 steps. I kind of want Dimitri to look over the policy, and let's focus on this passport part, because that was her initial argument, she said. And if she truly couldn't get in there to get the passport, and we have the police records that can prove somehow this guy's, locked up or in this house for 2 weeks, they're trying to get him out. But let's see if the argument makes any sense. And then if so, let's have Suzanne reach out to one of their PR reps and see if they will take care of it. But I want to make sure the argument that Suzanne uses is going to be valid based upon what you read in it.
Yeah, I have trouble visualizing how that argument could be made, properly, because during this phone call, there's absolutely no allegation of theft of passport.
No, she's saying it was in the house. She couldn't get there.
Right, but the policy clearly covers...
He prevented me from entering the house.
Right, but the policy, and I agree that you weren't able to access your passport, but that's different from theft of passport.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I agree with you there. I mean, I definitely agree with exactly what you're saying, but if someone is blocking you from getting your passport, I think you could argue theft.
Yeah, if he has possession, Dimitri, she can't retrieve it.
I would love to make that argument. Let's just take a look at the, policy.
You got to send us the actual policy, though, so we're not just reading all the good things about the policy, because that's basically what's on the website. We want to truly look at all the exclusions. That's all that really matters here. And then, even if the passport's not the argument, we might be able to come up with something in there that is the argument.
Yeah, exactly. Let's scour that policy.
So, hold on. I want you to give all your info to Kelly, and then, like I said, if we can form a rational argument or even something that might work, what we could do is give that to Suzanne, who is very good at drafting emails to PR people, making them understand that we've got 100,000 people plus a month tuning into this show and listening. And by the way, let me ask her one more question. How much are we talking?
$7,000.
All right. Yeah, well, that's not huge, though. I mean, we're not talking a 1 month European Viking cruise at, 50, 60,000. I mean, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying asking them for $50,000 is a lot different than asking for $7,000. That's my point there.
Sound logic, Mark.
Shut up. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. Now, as soon as we come back, we're going to bring up Brad O'Brien, and he read through a contract, HOA documents for Peter. So I'm going to tell you what's going on real quick, then we're going to take a break, bring up our expert, bring up the caller, and then Brian and Laura will be after that. But listen to this. He had a window well in a condo. The window well started rotting out, so it's not an insurance event. It wasn't sudden. So insurance has nothing to do with this. But the HOA in the past paid for people to have these replaced that own condos on the ground level. Of course, anything above them is not going to have a window well, but he happens to have one. So in the past, they definitely have paid, meaning the entire association put together, the HOA, funded other people's property being fixed. Generally, that does not happen. When Peter said, hey, look at mine, I want mine fixed, the new management company said, no, we're not going to be doing those anymore. We're not fixing those anymore. So they denied his. Peter's like, didn't they set some form of precedent by repairing other people's in the past with my money, but now that I need one, I don't get to use everybody else's money. So that's basically the argument. Brad O'Brien, our legal expert when it comes to residential, commercial, real estate, period, is going to chime in right after this.
Nice. Who wants something from the break room? There's coffee, water. Does anybody need anything?
No thanks, Steve.
Henry?
What's up?
Coffee, water, soda?
Oh, thank you. I'm good for right now.
Cigar, whiskey. Oh.
That's the day after tomorrow.
It was raining so hard in Morrison yesterday. Was it raining down here?
Little bit. It was wet this morning.
Yeah, we got our windows redone last year, and it was raining in the house.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What do they got to do to fix the windows?
We can do windows ourselves, but we hired like we hired Santa Fe Glass to come out and do it.
Yeah.
And so I think that the flashing, like the Z-style flashing.
It was just purely because of the amount of rain.
I think it was the install was the problem.
Got it. So they're going to handle it.
Maybe. Do you know Santa Fe Glass?
No, I don't.
We had him.
Hold on. John Fuller, Fuller Law, the personal approach to personal injury. You're actually going to deal with the attorney. Listen, if you've been hurt by someone else in a car accident, you really need to call and talk to John. He's got a great team around him, of course, but you're going to end up dealing with John Fuller. And Suzanne and I have used John 2 times now in the past few years, and both times he got us the best results possible, policy limits both times. Then he went out and negotiated a lot of the hospital bills down to put more money in our pocket. Any questions you have, 303-597-4500 or callfuller.com.
Transformation. Have any of you invested with Vestera?
I have not. No. Tom's bought 4 houses.
Yeah.
Have you?
I did. I bought a house through Vestera.
Brand new one?
Yeah.
Carolinas?
Yep.
Haven't rented out?
It's rented out. It got rented out, but I had to do so the house was $300,000. I put down $100,000 on it in order to get my payment. What?
Did you take out a loan?
Yeah.
So what's the issue?
There really isn't one. I'm waiting for the returns that
Yeah.
are supposed to
When
go.
did you purchase it?
Well, you got to let the house sit for a little bit.
Yeah, I think probably 4 months ago. So
When do you think you'll sell it? Year?
well, that's what Barry says, is to hold it for a year and then sell it.
Yeah.
So it's working out.
Is it a nice neighborhood? I think I've seen pictures of it, actually.
Yeah, I've never been there.
I just seen
We all
pictures
probably
online.
have houses on the same block.
Yeah, I know.
Like Tom and I, we're probably neighbors and don't even know it.
You are. No, you are. It'll be curious. What's funny is $300,000. That house out here in Highlands Ranch or Parker.
Million.
My God, man. Well, not $1 million, but 650, 7.
Yeah, easy. I wish I could move into that house.
It's crazy.
Just move to the Carolinas.
It'd be a hell of a commute to work. That's where that Honda Jet would come in.
To my $300,000 house.
And the lots look big.
Yeah.
It's not all squeezed together.
They built me a fence. I'm a little upside down this year, but
Because you put a fence in?
Yeah.
Well, people are going to have a dog.
Yeah. It's all good.
No, I didn't. Funny enough, I thought about buying one of those houses.
Mm-hmm.
I literally thought about just buying one and not telling anybody I own one there. Not through Barry, though.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to be a landlord, man. Even doing it through, maybe through Barry. Listen, I've thought about it.
Well, so they're pretty hands off. I mean, they'll like help you through it. And be there. Like they're kind of a consultant.
Yeah, I know they are.
I didn't quite understand that part of it. So they kind of lined the deal up and gave me the connections, and then they're kind of like, okay, got it.
Yeah. Well, you only pay them $300 or $400, right, a year?
Yeah.
Do they have a management company taking care of the property?
Yeah.
Mark, I didn't understand what I totally missed that lady's problem. I don't understand what happened. I thought it was a homeowner's deal.
But needless to say,
She bought insurance
Right.
that if you can't go on a trip, they're supposed to refund whatever you spent with the travel agent.
Yeah.
And the reason she couldn't go on the trip is a tenant in her house basically was threatening to kill her and barricaded himself in the house for 2 weeks. So she couldn't even get into the house to get her passport. because the SWAT team was trying to get this guy out of the house.
God, okay.
But until we actually look at the policy to form an argument, there's nothing for you to do.
So you're going to look at the policy.
Yeah, Dimitri's going to tell you what argument to use.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, he would buy these like triplexes and units by our offices.
Yeah.
And so the branch managers would take a look at them.
Oh, okay.
But like, when the heat goes out at 2 a.m. or something like that, he still gets the call.
Yeah. And he's in Denver and there and some other place. It's crazy.
Down from right across the street from your all's place, you're in the same place, right? Not house, but your business.
Yeah, of course.
So there used to be Curb's Auto Body. I don't know if you remember that. That dude had a Superbird in there, man. He had a $750,000
I think I've
car.
seen that before.
Yep.
What's crazy is just have you seen Blue Chip? We were talking about this last
we're
time.
back up. All right, 303-713-8255. I'll let you know when the line's open. By the way, this hour brought to you by Paul the Waterman, the best for less. Simple as that. The best systems for less money. He's got a system right now under $3,800. It gets rid of all the forever chemicals, all the microplastics. On top of that, it handles any chlorine issues you have, and it softens the water. Less than $3,800. The competition easily over 10 grand. The system we bought from them a few years ago is great. Very low maintenance. We got to add some salt maybe once every 7-8 months. I mean, really almost no maintenance. It works perfect. We love the water. Waterpros.net. That's waterpros.net. Now I'm going to bring up Peter and lock you in. Then I'm going to bring up our attorney, Brad O'Brien. O'Brien Legal Services. Great guy. He is our expert when it comes to anything to do with property, commercial, residential, anything. It doesn't matter. So after reading the HOA docs, Brad, what do you think? Does Peter have any chance of the HOA paying for this well to be replaced?
Well, he's got an argument. First, I did review the HOA declaration. That's where you've got to look to find who's responsible for maintenance, repairs, and replacements of each individual item. This window well does fall under limited common element. That means it's something that's outside the unit itself. It's in the common area, but it's designated for use of a particular unit. And this HOA declaration says that limited common elements are the maintenance, repair, and replacement responsibility of the homeowner who has the use and designation of that particular limited common element. So in black and white, Peter is responsible as the homeowner for that window well because it's associated with his unit. Now, I understand that other units have had their window wells maintained and repaired and replaced at the HOA's expense in the past.
Yep.
So what it sounds like, he's got a selective enforcement argument that basically it's an argument that if the way paid it for other people, then therefore they should pay for him. At best, it's an argument. It's not a convincing argument, and he might win, but I just couldn't guarantee it.
And it would probably cost more in legal fees if they were going to. Here's what sucks about fighting the HOA, Peter. You're fighting with your own money. So you're paying for your own attorney. And by the way, I bet, Brad, in there, the first thing is mediation, right? Or arbitration. Is there an arbitration agreement?
Oh, typically. Yeah. Mediate first, then arbitrate.
Yeah, so, I mean, you might want to go down that road, but let's even think about that. Typically, an arbitration for something like that, I would guess is going to be a couple grand, right, Brad?
Sure. Well, he doesn't have to have an attorney for mediation, but arbitration is basically a private court trial, so that you should have an attorney for that, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be at least a couple grand, if not more. I guess what I'm saying is you're going to be more out of pocket there, and then I have no idea how it looks when it comes to attorney's fees. So even if you end up winning in either mediation, arbitration, or even in court, I'm not even sure you'd even get anything back. In fact, we've seen some HOA docs where no matter what, the HOA can get repaid attorney's fees if they win, but the person bringing the case can't. I mean, whether or not that would go down with the judge, I don't know. But, I mean, we've read everything in these HOAs over the years. So, Peter, what questions do you have?
Mark, this is Lois.
Hey, Lois.
I was the one that started the email string to the management company.
Sure.
October 1st, 2024.
Okay.
It's been 11 months that I've been trying to get them to look at the window well or give me an idea of maintenance and that kind of thing. They've been dragging their feet. Oh yeah, they'll look, the board's looking, blah, 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 blah. And the bottom line is that then there are other window wells in the neighborhood that are failing. And our neighbor finally got a response where the management company says essentially that the window wells are part of the homeowner's responsibility, just like what Brad had said.
Sure.
And I guess the problem is that, okay, now they're telling us we've paid for 20 years for everybody else.
Hey, I know, and I get it. That's where Brad was saying selective enforcement, but here's what I think.
And as I understand it, this is where HOAs and maybe even management companies get into trouble.
Well, maybe so, but Lois, once again, I want you to hear real-world advice. We've got Brad.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but listen, though. I think this is what happened, and tell me if you're wrong, and I gathered a lot of this from your husband. It's a new management company. The old management company sucked. They shouldn't have been using all of your money to fix these. The new management company probably brought it up to the HOA and said, hey, there's no reason to do this. In fact, it's not even in our bylaws. It's not even there. These people should be paying for their own. So going forward, we're not going to do it. So, Brad, let me ask you that. If that is the case, it's a new management company that found what was going on and corrected it. I mean, when you talk about selective enforcement, if going forward from the new management company, no one's going to get it covered, is that truly selective?
Well, that's a good comment you had that, they should really be enforcing what's in black and white. So the homeowner's argument here is that just because they did it for so many years for other people that, they paid other people's expenses, that the HOA essentially waived what's in black and white, the requirement that the homeowner pay for these kind of repairs. And that's a really hard argument to make. It's an uphill battle to make that argument.
I don't think you would win. I mean, really, Lois, that's where I think you're at. I think you would be better off just spending that money you would be spending going to arbitration on just repairing it.
I think, I understand what you're saying. Of course I do. But the whole process of going to arbitration, I don't think that's going to guarantee us a positive outcome.
Not at all.
Either.
I think it's going to be the opposite. I don't think you're going to win. I think you're going to lose an arbitration, and you're going to be out a couple grand.
Okay, I understand. And probably a window well, and we've got 4 window wells. One is really poorly, is in bad shape. We got another one, medium. They're all going to have to be replaced over time, I'm sure. I guess I'm just frustrated.
Well, of course you are. I'd be frustrated too. Just so you made the best argument you possibly have. I just don't think it's a legal argument. And I agree with you. If I was paying for everybody else's or help pay for them over a 20-year period, now it's my turn and I don't get anything, I'm pissed. But that doesn't mean it's legal.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what is interesting about this is so far we have had no communication from the HOA board that this is going to be their policy going forward.
Well, why don't you show up to the next board meeting?
Yeah, well, and then that's another problem too. The annual meeting for the HOA is going to be in November.
Yeah.
And the board, because we're a small neighborhood, the board meets who knows when. The communication is very, very poor in terms of when they meet. And at a board meeting,
the other thing is vote their asses out. I mean, if everybody feels the same way you do, I mean, right now you feel the way you do because you're up against a bill. Everybody else probably isn't at this time. So,
well, we do have other neighbors that are looking at this, and I can name 5 right now.
Well, you should all get together then and boot these people out and take over the board and change it. I mean, there's your other option.
I've been down that. Yes, I have had that thought of maybe a vote of no confidence or sort of at the annual meeting.
Yeah, but you can't listen. I think we've talked about this somewhat to death. I mean, you've just got to make the choice now. Are you going to move forward, hire an attorney like Brad, and go forward with whatever, arbitration or court if you can. It'd be nice if you could just bring them to small claims court on this, but I'm telling you right now, I don't think you can. If you read through that document, I don't think I've ever seen an HOA where you're allowed to sue them. You agree to mediation. I don't think I've ever seen one in the past whatever amount of time. So, I mean, really, Lois, that's it. I mean, or overthrow the board. That's your other option. Get all the neighbors together and get down to that meeting. I appreciate everything, too, Brad, you coming on and really taking the time to look through that entire document. You know, when you move into a condo, you better think of a couple things. Brad, how many people have called you up in the last few years? We know what these policies for condos have done as far as insurance. So what happens when the insurance goes up $1 million, $3 million, whatever it is, depending on the size of the unit? What do? They hit everybody that lives there with a what? A special assessment. So how many people have called you in the last few years since insurance has gotten absolutely crazy, going all of a sudden our HOA dues went from $1,000 a month and now they have a special assessment. They want us to pay $30,000. Brad?
Yeah, it's really important when somebody buys into an HOA, condo or townhome, to look at the HOA documents to see, look at their financials, look at their insurance. In particular, look at their deductible on their casualty insurance policies. If they have a $500,000 deductible on hail claims, if so, then they're going to have to hit the homeowners with a $500,000 special assessment.
It's crazy. Understand, I guess what I'm saying is, if you're buying a condo or a house that's in an HOA, have an attorney like Brad look over it so at least you know what the hell you're up against. There could be a lawsuit going on in the community, but prior to you even moving in, that might not benefit you. It might actually cost you a fortune.
Yeah. So it's really important to look at those financial statements and look at the meeting minutes to see what kind of lawsuits might be brewing before you buy into the community.
It's really important, people. And then the other thing is, and I talk about this every day because I feel so bad for landlords over COVID. I personally knew 2 or 3 people that couldn't collect rent for well over a year and almost had to go bankrupt over it because they still had a mortgage on the rental. And I do feel bad. And now it's even crazier. Getting rid of a tenant it's about the hardest thing you can do in Colorado. Even when the lease is up, you can't get rid of the tenant. So if you're a landlord and you have not updated your lease, for God's sake, call Brad. Have him redo a lease. Make sure yours is up to snuff. So all of a sudden, if you don't get paid for 4 or 5 months, you can actually get rid of the deadbeat. O'Brien Legal Services, 720-370-7388. Call Brad, 720-370-7388. Okay, Carrie, Brian, you guys are up next. One line open, 303 Martino.
Dealing with those HOAs and those special assessments, it is complicated.
It's crazy.
Like, we've had to finance people for their special assessment. Like, this last project we did, like, they covered the steep slope, but the flat roofing section wasn't covered. Some people couldn't afford the special assessment, so we had to, like, finance them, to get that covered. And then,
just to get them a roof.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a total cluster.
You can't even afford... There's condos out there, especially in Florida. You can't even... you might as well be uninsured. You might as well pay cash for everything.
Yeah, no, that's totally what I'm saying, too. On some of these roof policies for these HOAs, they may as well not have insurance.
Suzanne, is Uncle Kevin coming in tomorrow?
He sure is.
I love when Sheridan Auto Tech's in. Tomorrow's car day right here on the Troubleshooter Show. Uncle Kevin, Sheridan Auto Tech, one of my favorite shops around Colorado. Listen, this guy lives and breathes fixing cars and maintaining cars. One of the best warranties around through the Napa Auto System. 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty. They can fix anything, maintain anything. SheridanAutotech.com. Now, what was the What was the one I sent Bo out for? What is this, the grandson?
Oh, that was the grandson is a nutcase, and he flooded his unit, and then he lost his fob. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was from yesterday.
That was a crazy call.
Oh, God.
What happened?
We don't know. We
have no
literally
idea.
had to get boots on the ground. We have no idea. Basically, what it sounded like is someone that has the mental capacity of a 5-year-old and is under psychosis, meaning he's like, can't move. I'm not quite exactly sure what they're talking about there. Lost his key fob and can't get into his apartment, and they won't give him a key fob to get into his apartment. So he has been living outside the apartment building in the streets for 2 weeks.
Why can't he get?
We have no idea. We have absolutely no idea. We'll find out, though.
Eamon, can I ask you a favor?
Of course.
My phone died.
Oh.
Charger for 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Really
You know
appreciate
this is a
that.
wireless charger.
It's not working.
Oh, that sucks. Please use mine.
Do you have your battery back, babe?
What's your laptop?
Your battery charger?
No, do you need a charger?
He does.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah, I can go quite a while.
Okay, cool. I have 5 minutes. Well, the wireless charger just kicked the bucket. So.
Can you pull the cord out of the wireless and plug it right into your phone?
No, it's hard.
No.
It's hard to install.
Just rub it a little bit.
Is there a regular USB there?
Can you make this fit?
Oh, that'll work. That'll work. No, is there a regular USB if I had a cable?
What's up?
Oh,
Oh, there's a place to plug in a. No, there's not even a USB outlet.
yeah. Because we have a USB cord, but we don't have a brick.
Which, do you just have regular?
Yeah.
Like, we can use
I got this charger. He said his laptop was at 100.
Yeah, I gave him my lap
I
charger.
can plug it for like 5 minutes. And
it's just,
I'll
we
be
can use
okay.
the video phone charger. That's all I was thinking.
We don't have a place to plug it in.
Yeah. No, this will work.
right.
As long as you're okay with it.
I'm totally okay with it, Harry. Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you.
Go grab it then. That'll be
Yeah, that'd be a
perfect.
fast charger.
Okay. Sweet. Thank you.
So there was a USB back there, number one.
No, she was pointing at the power strip, number 2.
What are you gonna?
You're saying we don't have a brick?
Yeah, you can bring in our big brick. I mean, the whole thing.
I don't want to blow up the station.
No, we don't have a brick.
He's already.
Yeah, this will work. This will work.
We're totally fine. He's already taken care of.
Boy, that was what a hassle, bruh.
Yeah, man. What's going on? We got it taken care of.
Everybody's up in arms.
Bruh.
Disagreement on who's right and who's right again.
Who's wrong? Who's one? Who's one? Who's two?
Did I tell you that special, Mark?
You are special.
No, not me, but our special, XL special.
No, what is it?
We'll do $200 off any leak repair.
Oh, cool.
From that rain we got.
What is generally a leak? I'll ask you on air.
Yeah.
That brought down a lot of leaves, too.
The rain did? Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get on vacation.
And so, how long will you be gone?
September.
Like the entire September?
Once we leave on the 5th, and I'll be honest, I'll be playing hooky like a mofo next week, getting shit ready.
Wow.
Tom's gonna be here for that whole time.
Yeah. 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We have one phone line up for you. Hey, this is an interesting one I want to take real quick. Deputy Bo went out. Well, actually, I don't know if he went out or not, but we had the craziest call yesterday. We had an older guy call up to grandfather and said, hey, my grandson is suffering from psychosis, and he's basically homeless because he lost his key fob to get into an apartment. And for you old fogies out there, a lot of these new complexes are almost like hotels. You have a little key fob that you put up to get into your own door. And apparently this guy lost it. They won't give him a new one. But then there's a flood involved in some other stuff. We had no idea what he was talking about. So Deputy Bo, first of all, tell us, what is the situation and where are we at now?
Well, we got a pretty good outcome of this thing. Lee was very difficult to communicate with. He's the grandfather.
Yeah.
And
tell me about it.
Okay. Well, it just seemed just very difficult to explain the situation. So I called Vesta, talked to a person there. They were not very communicative. But then I remembered I know a maintenance guy that works there that used to buy heating parts from.
This guy knows everybody. Deputy Bo, I have no idea. I could be sitting here and just like talking about somebody we met downtown and Bo knows him. So you knew this guy. So you reached out to the maintenance guy. What happened?
I reached out to this maintenance guy that I know that works. So he gave me the name of one of the supervisors who's very sympathetic. She was willing. Her name was Avery. Very nice. She told me that Lee's grandson destroyed 5 of these fobs.
Oh.
And he did get an eviction. He was evicted on, I believe, the 25th of August. But the issue is, I think it was draconian. They would not let Lee's grandson back into the building. I believe Lee's grandson has a lot of stuff there. He needs to get out. And I didn't go down the road with the flood issue. So all
right, hold on. I'm going to bring you up after this. That music means we got to go. Deputy Bo, I'm dying to hear the rest of this story, so please hang tight there. Carrie, Brian, you're up next. A problem with detailing on a car, and then, of course, Allstate Insurance. And we'll get Henry Bretz to chime in on what he thinks of Allstate. They deal with every insurance company out there at Excel Roofing. Everybody hold on. Okay, this lady's driving me bonkers. I'm just calling her. Who's the sales rep at KRDO I deal with? Suzanne? Not Joanne, the sales rep.
Tammy.
Tammy. Oh, can you hear me? Tammy. Hey, it's going good. Hey, I just got your text. Mike and I have been going back and forth. So but I think he wants a 60 now instead of a 30. So I'm going to get it done. I'll get it done tonight, but it doesn't matter. Just run whatever we have. Just get it. Yeah, just get it in the loop as soon as I get it to you. Yeah, cool. Well, and I did. I sent it to Mike 2 days ago for approval, and he's like, no, I want to do a 60 and blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, that's where we're at. I'm glad you're listening to the show. I like that. I could hear it on your Bluetooth while you were trying to talk to me. All right, bye. That's funny. I'm sitting there hearing me yell in the background on her car radio.
Oh, with that annoying delay.
Because she was on her phone speaker instead of Bluetooth.
See, somebody is listening.
There's our listener in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs is a weird market for us because we're on 2 radio stations. Actually, we're on 2 FMs and an AM, all owned by KRDO. So 3 different numbers, all owned by the same station. But KHOW actually reaches and penetrates down into there. So we're on 4 stations at any given time.
Wow.
While the show's live, which is crazy.
You and Tom rule the airwaves in southern Colorado.
Pueblo all the way to Castle Rock. KRDO will penetrate one of their FMs, hits Castle Rock. And then this station, KHOW, actually hits Colorado Springs downtown.
Yeah.
And what's HD2, Mark?
HD2 is great.
No, what is it?
Here?
It just says on the ads.
You go to 103.5 FM.
Yeah.
And if you have a newer car, your car will do it.
Yeah.
You hit HD2 and you'll hear us on FM instead of AM.
Oh, okay.
But the reach sucks. Like, I lose it. We lose it before we get to Castle Rock on the highway. You know, I'm starting to see that I-25, right around before Castle Rock, what is that? Castle Pines area.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, you can't. My car doesn't get an internet signal. AT&T doesn't. Verizon doesn't. I don't understand how such a large area has such a bad dead zone. I just don't get it. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I thought maybe it's AT&T. I mean, it's always dropped for the same place. But then all of a sudden, my Tesla's got its own thing. Even the Tesla drops signal.
You try cellular instead of Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I get nothing.
Really?
Do you think there's cell blockers over there? Is that by the country club?
No.
They have cell
That's
blockers?
more off. Yeah, they'll have.
Isn't that illegal? What?
I don't think so.
They have them in schools all the time.
That's interesting theory, Henry.
What's up?
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah, someone could be playing havoc. That is kind of weird. Now, the golf course is down by, like, Santa Fe.
Wait, they have cell blockers on golf courses?
I mean, all those big
I've
houses,
played on
maybe.
Every golf course in the metro area. Never had a problem.
I think that's illegal.
Well, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's illegal, but I'm saying during something that's televised, they might use something so a ringer's not going off in the middle of an important putt. I mean, I don't know.
Cell blockers.
But, I mean, I'm with Doc on a typical golf day out. I've never not had a phone work.
Listen to this. Even possessing a cell phone jammer is illegal and violates federal law.
Really? Well, what's a jammer compared to a blocker? And
Sounds
then how
like
do
the
they
same
do it in
thing.
schools?
Yeah, they definitely do it in schools. I mean,
They don't want kids using
You can't
cell
get
phones.
reception in a school.
Okay, I don't know how the schools get around it, but it's a major federal law violation. Because in part, well, there are two parts.
Well, you can kill a 911 call.
It says it interferes with emergency services, and it also violates the Communications Act of 1934.
I wonder if I could get a Dimitri blocker.
Shit. Yeah, it's...
Well, just keep him out of the premises. It's horrible. Little force field.
Force field. That's got to be a violation of some kind of law, too.
The Communications Act.
I'm here to communicate.
The Dimitri Communication Act of 2024.
Yeah, and the reason I knew that is about 25 years ago, some chain of movie theaters got in a huge amount of criminal trouble for that.
Oh, they were blocking people's cell phones
Yeah.
inside the theater.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah,
and the
I feel like
government-
Kaiser does that, Mark.
There's definitely places where it's like, you can't make a call. I don't know why.
I mean, can you imagine like blocking a symbol and then a bunch of people don't get a tornado warning and they get killed? You imagine the civil liability from that.
Why am I getting this agreement for Frank Duran?
It should be going to me. I'm not sure why you're getting that.
Should I
Can you just forward it to me and then I'll let her know?
After I got divorced,
I bet you it's because Jess is still out and someone doesn't know. That's all.
All right. Did you forward it to me, though?
I lived in an apartment right here on, that apartment building right before you hit Bellevue?
Yeah.
So I rented a room there, an apartment, while my house was getting built. And I couldn't get Verizon. I had to get a landline because no cell service was available. And that's when I was working, and I needed, my answering service at the hospital to be able to get in touch with me.
Do you still have a landline?
No, I was only when I rented the apartment.
Yeah, we canceled ours a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
$16,000 per day.
For what?
For
a fine?
Yeah, and that's just the civil part of it. I haven't even gotten to the criminal.
What the hell's the name of Garage Kings these days? Here it is.
You know the garage door company I see around is Don's Garage Doors?
He used to be great.
Yeah. When he worked on our place, it was just, kind of a one-man show.
It was Don.
Now they got bought by private equity.
Yeah.
Now Don is an image on the truck.
He's a cartoon, and he's not very happy.
He's not really.
No.
Well, they did it without his permission?
He signed it and did everything, but kind of like what he's saying. You know, people still call him going, hey, man, you guys suck now.
Ripped off.
And your pricing is 5 times higher than it used to be.
Advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We are here to help you. We're here to help you recoup money if you've been ripped off or if you just need advice. We have a list of experts at referrallist.com that are always helping us out, including in studio with me right now, Henry Brett's Excel Roofing. Jay Brett's and Henry Brett's, they're at the helm over there. They run that company. It's been kind of a slow year, though, as far as hail, right? I mean, like, straight up.
You know, it has been. We haven't seen any just absolutely major storms here in the Denver metro. We have seen a big storm up there in Wyoming in Sheridan.
It was massive. 1 inch hail, I think.
Well, not Sheridan, Cheyenne.
Yeah.
In Cheyenne. We also saw some hail up in the foothills. If you guys have had any hail, give us a call.
Yeah, they'll come out and inspect it. In fact, they got some specials as far as repairs and gutter cleanings we're going to talk about here soon. I do want to tell everybody out there, though, that this hour is brought to you by One Clear Choice Doors. In fact, their website is oneclearchoicegaragedoors.com. These guys have showrooms up and down the Front Range. If you just need an opener or maybe you need an emergency service, the door won't open, won't close, they'll come out. They can do a tune-up if it's starting to make noise. We have personally bought 2 openers from them over the years. Unbelievably great prices, and on top of that, the service was impeccable. OneClearChoiceGarageDoors.com. Now, I'm going to jump right back to Deputy Bo. So here's where we're at in this crazy story. So we had Lee call up yesterday. Lee is a grandfather. Apparently his grandson was locked out. This is the story yesterday. Was locked out of his apartment because he lost his key fob, and the front people at the front door would not give him another key fob to get into his apartment. So Deputy Bo reached out and figured out that this guy actually, he got evicted from the apartment, right, Deputy Bo?
Yes, he's evicted on the 25th.
So he shouldn't even be in there, but all of his stuff is still in there.
Right, and he just needed access to get his stuff moved out, and they would not allow him back in. So I did make a deal with the manager there. They said if Lee, the grandfather, would come into the property with his smartphone, that they would program the fob into Lee, the grandfather's phone, and as long as Lee would go with his grandson, that they would allow them access. And I called this morning to follow up, and they did. Lee came in last night. They programmed fob in, and they're moving their stuff out as we speak. And I also am going to help Lee's grandson find another apartment that accepts vouchers for mentally challenged people.
Did you talk to Lee at all? Or I'm sorry, did you talk to the grandson at all? What's your grandson's name, by the way?
The grandson is named Micah, and Lee did not really want me to just talk to him.
Yeah, I wonder how bad he is. He was like, he's suffering from psychosis, and I was like, wow.
And bipolar, and I believe he did cause this flooding in the apartment.
Yeah, they said he kept the bath. His grandfather actually acknowledged he, I guess, kept the bathtub on. How does he destroy 5 fobs? Did you find that out?
Yes, I asked. I guess he gets frustrated and he takes it out into the parking lot or whatever and just breaks them.
Man, be careful finding this guy a new apartment. I'd hate for somebody you know. I know you've got a bunch of rentals. You think you're doing them a favor, and next thing you know, this guy's messing up their house. But, Bo, what a great job you did, man. These guys, that's what this show's about. This call right here is what this show's about. Here's someone that literally couldn't get in, get their stuff, mentally challenged to say the least, and Bo got it figured out, and they're there getting their stuff right now. This is what we do.
Yep. As we speak, they're getting it done.
Thanks, Deputy Bo. We really appreciate everything you do. 303-713-8255. We're going to have two lines open. Now, I'm going to go to, who's been holding the longest? By 1 minute, Carrie. Carrie, what's going on?
Hi. Well, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Sure.
Well, I've been dealing with Hyundai of Napleton up in Palm Beach. So around September of last year, I bought a brand new 2024 Hyundai Sonata. I got the upgraded package with all the bells and whistles. I bought the extended insurance. I bought the extended tire insurance.
Yeah, they sold you all the mop and glow. I wouldn't be too proud of that, but I get you. You bought everything.
Well, I keep my cars for like 18 to 20 years. So
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
what state did you buy this in?
This is Florida.
Got it.
in
Keep
Palm
going.
Beach. So now, a little background. I've worked on the super yachts for the last 10 years, so I can detail the exterior of a yacht with pristine precision. So when I bought the car and they brought it out to me after it was washed, it was dirty. And I saw it immediately, and I was like, what are all these spots? And they're like, oh, well, when they clean it, but they don't detail it. I'm like, I just spent $35,000 for a car. You think they could have dried off the water spots? And they were like, oh, no, so sorry about that. We'll give you a free xylitol coating. And if you don't know, that's that clear coating that helps protect the paint down here in Florida.
Sure.
It's a $1,000 value. I said, sure. So I dropped the car off. The car still has less than 100 miles.
That sounds like even more mop and glow, but keep going.
I didn't have to pay for it, so that's good.
Yeah.
I picked the car up. Now, it was at night. It was underneath an awning with lights. And immediately, I see white spots all over the car. And which looks to me like it's foam from like soap. Maybe if you're washing a car nearby and some of the little sprinkles went in the air that landed on the car.
Yeah, or a car wash, or like when you get out of a car wash and it doesn't do a good job of rinsing it, you see those little dots.
Exactly, but these were extensive and they were all over. They're on the black sunroof. There's on the sunroof white spots. So I immediately pointed it out to my salesman, and he was like, "What do you mean? What spots?" And I was like, "Trust me." And then once they started to see, they brought out the sales guy, they brought out the detailer, and they're all like, "Oh, well, we can take it across the street and have them buff it out." I'm like, "Are you insane? This is a brand new car. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to fix it. You're going to give me another car. I don't know what you're going to do, but we're going to fix it."
Hey, let me I want to clarify something. This car, did you even leave the dealership at this point? You went in, you went through financing, they sold you all the mop and glow, you own it, you have the keys. Did you leave and come back, or did this all transpire in one day where they added this xylophone or whatever you called? What happened there?
I left for a couple days and came back. The car still had about under 100 miles on it, so.
I got you. So, but when you came back is when they did that second treatment, the paint?
It was the first treatment. I dropped it off a couple days after I bought it, and then I came back a couple days later to pick it up.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out, the white dots we're talking about now, were they always there, or was it because of the treatment they did? The free $1,000 xylithol or whatever it was.
It was from the treatment.
Okay.
Because you could see it wasn't part of the paint.
Got it.
There were literally white foam, like dots all over the car.
So they can't get rid of those? Is your contention that they can't get rid of them? They can't be buffed out? They can't be cleaned off?
Well, from my experience, just from having cars, I'm in my 50s, that you can't take a brand new car, buff it, and put some new paint on it, and then in 5 years' time in Florida, those two paints aren't going to match. Because imagine this car is at 2024 at the end of the year, so it's been sitting in the sun already for a year. So if you try to buff it out and put the same color on at the shop that's not factory, it's not going to match, and it's certainly going to not match in a few years with the Florida sun. So I was not going to let them do that to my car. It's a brand new car.
All right, hold on, Henry. Hold on, Henry. What were you were acting like you know what this is or what?
Yeah, I was just going to make a comment. So I have a black AMG, and I really struggle with all the hard water spots and everything on that car. But you know what I've found is I can do a decon wash, and then I can also use clay bar, do a paint correction, and then go on top of that with a ceramic coat. And it usually lasts a couple years doing that ceramic coat. and I don't have any issues. So I guess my confusion is, are you looking to get the car repainted, or I mean, why don't you just paint correct it or ask for a voucher?
Absolutely not.
What are they? What do you want done, and what are they willing to do?
Well, the problem is it was late at night and everybody saw all the spots and they said, call in the morning and we'll get this handled. We'll figure something out. So I called in the morning and they transferred me to a voicemail. I left a voicemail. I waited maybe 5 or 6 days, never heard anything. So this time I got the name of a gentleman and he didn't answer. So I left it on his voicemail. And then again, I got no response. And I kept texting my salesman like, look,
yeah, but where are we going? Where's it at now?
I have the car. At this point, I have the car.
No, but I want to go back to the question I asked. What do you want done, and what are they willing to do?
Well, at the time, the car had less than 100 miles. So I'm like, you're going to take this car back, and you're going to give me one that's not damaged. Exact same car that's not damaged. They damaged it when they did the overspray. Somebody inexperienced, obviously, or something.
Okay, we don't have. Okay, so now I understand what you want. You want him to you want him to reverse the deal and basically get you a different car. What are they willing to do?
They never called me back.
So they still haven't called you back.
Well, I went to Hyundai Corporate, and Hyundai Corporate said, "Okay, we'll contact them for you." For about 6 or 8 months, Hyundai Corporate would call me once a month. Have they contacted you? No, they have not. Have they contacted? So we went through, it's all documented with Hyundai Corporate. And then about 3 or 4 months ago, Hyundai said, well, they're not responding to us, so we're just going to close the case. And I'm like, what? No, like, what are you doing? You can't just, nobody has ever responded. So finally I drove up to the dealership because it's about 2 hours north of me. The guy wouldn't come out. I said, well, I'll just stay here until I see him leave. I was not leaving. And so then they realized I'm serious. Yeah, I'm not leaving. And so the guy finally comes out. He was so condescending.
Yeah, but what happened? What did he say? Did he tell you to pound sand? Is that where we're going?
So he looked at me like I was a cute, dumb girl who didn't know what I was talking about. He treated me so bad. And he looks at the white spot on the black sunroof.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, that's obviously acid rain. And I just looked at him like, what? And he goes, oh, and yeah, all these spots, acid rain, just in that one area of the sunroof.
Carrie, I swear, just please answer. I got to take a break, okay? It's only a 4-hour show. So let me ask you this. What are they willing to do, if anything? Or are they telling you to pound sand?
They told me I have to make a factory paint warranty, and they'll redo the whole paint on the hood, and they'll touch up all the spots.
Okay.
But I have to put it under a factory paint warranty. I said, absolutely not. It's a brand new car.
Wait a minute. Wait,
out a year ago.
Wait. What's wrong with that, though? But who cares if you have to? If they're going to pay for it and you're going to get it done, it's going to be a new paint job. Who cares if it's under the factory warranty?
I think I understand where she's going with this.
No, they were only going to paint the hood.
Carrie's concern.
In 5 years, that will not match the rest of my car because it's not going to be the same color because the car has been sitting in the sun for, 2 years at this point.
My God, I don't know if you have any kind of leg to stand on with this.
Wait, has this been going on for 2 years now?
No, she's saying because she bought a leftover, let me put you on hold because I got to take this break, but because she bought a 24 and 25, it was already sitting on the lot in the sun for a year. That's what she's saying. Even though it was brand new, it had been sitting there.
Mark, it would also be interesting to find out how many spots are we talking about and what is their typical size?
Do you have? I'd love to get pictures of this. Is there any pictures you could send us that'll make any sense to us?
Yeah. Where do I send it?
Hold on. Kelly, let's get those pictures. I mean, I want to see what she's talking about at this point. I understand her frustration. But if they're willing to repaint it and make it look good now, I don't know if the argument that is, well, if they're not going to paint, they're only going to paint the hood and touch up some other stuff. And in 5 years, because I keep my car for 20 years or whatever she said, the side of the car is going to be a different color because it sat out for a year than the hood they got painted this year. Wow. That's kind of a stretch, don't you think?
Yeah. And are these spots caused by the xylitol foam?
She says they had to be.
She says she has to be, or something nearby got oversprayed onto her vehicle.
But what's really funny is when it first started the conversation, if we go back in time, and I want you thinking about this stuff when we come back, Gary, when you started the conversation, you went to pick it up and you saw little spots. And then that's when they said, oh, they didn't dry it off right. And you're like, I bought a $34,000 car. So then they agreed to give you this free $1,000 xylitol or whatever it is coating. Mm-hmm. And then when you came to pick it up from the coating, you saw the white spots again. So I don't know if the white spots were always there or if it was from there based upon what you said. Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
I think she's totally overcomplicating this. I deal with this all the time on my car. When you get like the regular hard water, you spray it on there and it leaves the residue. And so what I've done is they have like this special acid stuff. You wipe down the windows with it. It completely removes all that. And then if you really want to get detailed, I don't like messing with it anymore because it's a lot of work. But I have all the stuff now to paint correct the car. You can get a sander wheel.
Hold on, guys. Gravina's. Yeah, I can do that pretty good. Gravinas.com. These guys, you know them. Larry Gravina, Nick's now at the helm. They've been around since the 80s doing siding and doors. In fact, they did a sliding door for us not very long ago, probably within the last 3 months. Absolutely gorgeous. Service went great. They showed us all the different things. And thinking about different products, you know, most Windows companies are beholden to one manufacturer. These guys represent 20 different manufacturers with over 50 lines of windows. Their siding is impeccable. You're going to love them. You're going to love the pricing. You're going to love the people. You want to make your house look brand new? Check out Gravinas.com. That's Gravinas.com. Denver Regen, these guys have helped me lose a lot of weight. Almost 45 pounds in under 8 months for less than $300 a month. That's the killer. These GLP-1s are like cheating. I don't feel hungry. There's no food noise. If you've been putting it off, please get on my journey. You got to check it out. DenverRegen.com. That's DenverRegen.com.
I have a black car. I just don't worry about the white spots. They go away after the next rain.
Some people are OCD.
They're a little
like me.
We go through the car wash every other day.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we have the all-you-can-eat. So if I don't go almost every day, I feel bad. I feel like I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah. So like the detailers, they're super, super detailed. They want that thing shiny. They don't want any watermarks at all on the car. And all she needs to do is like have someone polish or buff the car.
Yeah, but she's afraid. Well, they're saying a buff won't even work. They're saying they got to repaint it.
I don't think so. I mean, they could sand down the clear coat a little bit and then rebuff it.
We'll see what these pictures look like.
I mean, it would have.
Hey, Kelly, make sure we get those pictures. Tell her I'll come back to her as soon as I'm looking at the pictures, please. I got you guys flooded right now, dude. You've got spots running literally like crazy, man.
Sweet, thank you. Did you have a...
That's who you should have went through for your financing, by the way. Next time, CMG.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, remember when we picked up my car after it got stolen?
Yep.
And I filled out a form, and I'm getting checks every month.
Oh, for
restitution.
Nice. How much are they? $1.50?
Between 18 and $30.
So the guy's got a real job. That's cool.
Yeah.
You would be perfect candidate for the all-in-one loan because you've got some assets and you have money down. So that $100,000 you put down on the $300,000 house.
Oh, you're talking about me. I thought you were talking about our company.
No.
Financing customers.
No, you. So that house you bought, that $100,000, you would have access to basically $80,000 of it just by writing a check. So it would be liquid. even though you put it down on the house.
That would be nice. And how do I do that?
The CMG loan. I mean, you went through someone else. It's not worth doing a refi because you're selling that house in a year or whatever. But I'm saying if you do another one, if this works out good with Barry and you do another one, just use a different lender. Use John. There's a perfect product for this. A traditional mortgage is crazy.
Is that at a higher interest rate?
It's simple interest. If you cash flow what you're paying for that house over the first year, whatever it is, you will pay less money with the CMG loan. That's all that matters. Doesn't even matter what the interest rate is.
Having access to that 80 grand sounds very attractive.
That
money's locked up. It's out of my hands.
Correct, and that's what's cool about the product is it's right there. You can access it anytime by writing a check or using a debit card.
Okay.
We've got almost $1.5 million line on our house. We've never used a line, but if we ever need it for whatever reason, it's just sitting there for 30 years. Now you're selling that in a year, so it really doesn't matter. But the other important part is your cash flow because you're renting it out. The payments, it's simple interest. It's not that front-loaded freaking first 15 years of the mortgage. I mean, basically, every mortgage payment you're making right now is like 95% interest. You're not really paying down. Yeah. This way you can literally pay down. All right, 303-713-8255. Carrie's going to get us some pictures over. Kelly, did you talk to her? I can't hear you, Kelly. I see you talking. I see your lips flapping.
She just sent them over.
She did. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to look at those in a second. Let me go to this quick question because we have a roof expert in. Sean, what is your question on a roof deck? Sean, going once. Sean, going twice. See if you can get him back up. Kelly, I don't know. What do you think he means by a roof deck? The decking, or do you think he means literally putting a deck on a roof? I don't know what the question meant.
So the proper term for the roof deck, I mean...
Decking.
Yeah, it's decking. So, I mean, that would be the OSB underneath the shingles. Underneath the underlayment and underneath the shingles.
So basically you have shingles.
Yeah.
Under the shingles, you generally have some kind of water vapor or a
water barrier.
Yep. And then you have your decking.
Yes.
And then under the decking is where you basically have the joists.
Yeah, the rafters.
The rafters, and then that's your roof.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, most people don't call the decking by name. You know, usually homeowners don't know that term.
Sure.
So he might be talking about some sort of roof deck or like some roof he's trying to turn into a patio.
Something. I have no idea what he was talking about there. I'm going to pull up those pictures and look at them here in a second.
Hey, Mark, while you do that, is there a gender-specific spelling for Sean? Does S-H-A-W-N mean a girl and S-A-N mean a guy?
I have absolutely no idea. I think it could go either way, couldn't it?
Oh, what do our morons have to say?
What even made you think of that?
Well, because I just saw his name is Sean. It was a guy, and I didn't know if S-H-A-W-N.
But what's it matter?
I was just curious if you could tell if it's if it's a girl or a guy. Hey, how they spell their name.
Look at these pictures. Listen, now that she sent this, guys.
They're really close up, Mark.
They are, but I'm starting to think that's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that one you're sending me with that big, it almost looks more of a chip. It doesn't look, I see all the white dots, but what is that big thing that's not a dot? What caused that? Carrie? All right, okay, no matter who I go to, there's no one there, so I don't know if we've got to reset the phones. I don't know what we got to do there. Let me just try Brian for the hell of it. Hey, Brian, are you there with an issue with Allstate? Yeah, I got nothing. It doesn't work, Kelly. I know how to operate the phones. I know how to hit PGM. I got nothing here, though. I don't have Brian. I don't have Carrie. I didn't have line 1, and I didn't have line 2. So let's get these phones rebooted. We'll take a quick break. This was happening all day yesterday. I thought we had a trouble ticket in. We'll figure it out. I promise. More to come.
Yeah, those photos look awful.
Yeah, those don't look like... That does not look like a little watermark, did it?
I think she's referring to all of just the speckles all over.
The speckles are everywhere, but what was that huge one?
I don't know. It looks like it's shipped.
And then here's the problem. For all we know, she zoomed in on a 1/4 inch. I have no idea what that represents on the car.
Yeah, she needs something in there for scale. A key.
Like a quarter.
Yeah, piece of chewing gum.
She's like, well, I can't do it next to a quarter because a quarter would cover that whole picture.
Put a little vole on there.
Oh, cute little vole. A cute little vole. Yeah, so the second picture that doesn't have that big chip, I see what she's saying, though. What do you think? You guys think that's hard water? What do you think that is? I think that chemical they put on screwed something up.
Wouldn't the water spot be more regular and round?
You would think so, and it wouldn't be 8 million of them.
No.
So I think the stuff they sprayed on had air bubbles in it. And as it was drying, the air bubbles popped and left the...
Or they didn't prep it right.
Yeah.
Or it could even be the original paint.
Maybe the original paint is reacting to the coating.
Suzanne, can you put those pictures...
Are you going to do these spots?
Oh. All right, let me talk about theartofgranite.com. Theartofgranite.com. I love these guys. Mitch Fleury, in fact, he was in with us yesterday. Let me tell you something about Mitch. He is such a cool guy. He came from Romania probably about 25 years ago. Of course, he's a naturalized citizen now, and he learned how to fabricate granite. He doesn't even upcharge on the granite. You get it at a wholesale price or less than wholesale. And on top of that, right now, he's got 20% off the actual slabs. 20% off something that's already wholesale. But he charges for the fabrication and the installation. We've used him so many times at our house, I can't even tell you. And Suzanne loves everything he's done to our 3 different bathrooms in our kitchen. Check him out, theartofgranite.com. Get that 20% right now, theartofgranite.com. I'll do become the banker in content. And I see that I understand what I need to do.
And you want those pictures up on the...
Yeah, I try to put those pictures up on YouTube, and let's ask the YouTubers what they think. And then if Dragon didn't put something in on the phone, I know you weren't here yesterday, Shannon, but every 20 minutes, the phone was literally rebooting. We'd have full lines and then literally nothing. And that definitely was not me. I went to all 3 of those people, and they were not there on any single line whatsoever. Kelly thought I was on offline, and then I couldn't hear the callers. But that's the first thing I looked at because I have done that before. We got to try to find that panel for Mr. Steam because I like where they're going with it. If we ship that back, they're going to see exactly what was wrong with that because it was doing the same thing. And then we'll figure out the real problem. Our touchscreen in our shower keeps going off now.
Again?
Yeah, so they sent us a new one out.
Yeah, like months ago.
Yeah, February.
Yeah.
And so the new one was doing great for about 3 or 4 months. Now it's doing the exact same thing. It just reboots. And the problem with that is you got to reconnect everything. You got to connect the Bluetooth up to the whole system again. You can't operate the system till you spend about 5 or 10 minutes putting it on Wi-Fi, hooking up all the Bluetooth, all that crap.
Just to take a shower.
Just to take a shower. Yes. Steam shower.
Steam shower? You put the eucalyptus oil on the...
Hell no. We have all that. We have, what is it called? The aromaizer.
The smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision, the 4D. I would like a prospectus, or a perspective of that picture.
No,
I just
put
asked her.
something.
You did?
I asked her what size of the area is represented in those pictures.
Did you tell her to put a coin or a ruler next to it?
No, I just asked her for the size.
For what?
Size. The area size.
fest. I don't know what to bring. What should I bring, man?
Meat.
I know that, but what? Sausage, maybe?
Whatever you...
Brats? What do you think? I'm asking you for
Are
a
you looking
freaking
for
reason.
a reward, Mark?
It's
No.
if you,
Or award?
No.
yeah, it's whatever. I mean, whatever you want people to associate with you when they eat it. In other words,
What?
in other
I'm
words,
bringing squirrel.
something you're proud of.
Squirrel.
No, not allowed. No voles.
Cat.
No squirrel. Nope, no cats.
Bowl of voles.
No voles, no cats, no squirrels. And yeah.
Well,
and-
wait, you had no problem when I was going to bring mountain lion. That's nothing but a big cat.
Yeah, I wasn't going to eat it though.
I wouldn't eat it either. I was going to get it from Jeff Vick. I would not eat mountain lion.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I was thinking of the most exotic, though. I doubt. Has anybody ever brought mountain lion?
Yeah.
Really? Did you try it? All right, 303-713-8255. I hope we got the phones working again. Let's check. Sean, can you hear me, Mr. Sean?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. What is your question? It says a roof deck.
Well, I have a deck coming off my second story of my house. It's a 2-story house with a basement. And the flooring on there, they got like OSB on there, and that's it. And I was wondering if there was something that could be put on there that would be more permanent, something that would work better, where it wouldn't soak in the water.
Was it built to code, Sean? I mean, how was it built? Explain it a little better.
It was a model home from '66.
Yeah.
So it's got like a second story deck that has 2 sliding doors in it, and it's all on one side. It's the whole side of the house.
So there's in other words,
that covers it.
I understand there's OSB there, but what else is there? You've got your decking.
That's it. That's all they got on there is OSB, and I need to have something.
Well,
There's no shingles or anything on top of that?
Roof.
No. He's talking about no. You're talking about like a patio you walk out on, right?
Okay.
Well, it's more of a deck, but there's
there's
the
no
actual roof.
Oh, so you're not
I
meant
to say the roof covers it.
Sean, are you meant to go outside and barbecue on it?
No, you can walk out there and sit out on the second story. It's like 6 foot by
it's a flat roof area.
So, but it's not meant to be on?
No, it was built with the house originally.
Oh my God! I almost feel like I'm
Sean,
not smart now. So I'm going to let anybody else ask the question.
Are you meant to walk on the surface?
Mark.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I can give you the address and it'll pull up the picture of the front of the house.
Yeah, you do that.
If you Google it.
Yeah, let's do that. Give it to Kelly. Hold on, I don't want you to give it out over the air. I want to see what I'm walking on. I want to see what I'm dealing with. Was it just me, or do you guys have any idea what he's talking about?
I'm very confused. I think it's an EPDM cover over his porch, but I'm not sure.
It's not something you're supposed to be out walking on.
I don't think so.
You can walk out on it. You're just not supposed to barbecue on it.
Well, okay. I mean, come on. We're going to get the address and pull it up. I mean, I started thinking, is my brain not working because there is a problem with the phones? In the meantime, real quick, Carrie, I want to ask you about those pictures you sent. So how big is that area?
It's not very big.
It's zoomed
like
in. So what does that mean? 12 inches square? What is it? How big is it?
About the size of a pea.
No.
I'm concerned that it's going to happen on other spots on the car.
Are you related to our caller with a roofing deck?
The picture you sent us. The picture you sent us.
Yeah.
We can see the dots you're talking about, and in one of those pictures, it almost looks like a chip or a circular issue. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
That photo, in its entirety, in real life, represents 12 inches? What?
The size of a pea, about the diameter of a pea.
You're telling me, that you zoomed in on the size of a pea, and that's what I'm looking at in that picture.
Mark, it might be a ginormous pea.
Carrie, are you dead serious? That entire photograph, not each individual little dot, not the thing that looks like a chip. That entire picture represents 2 millimeters.
I don't know if you guys are seeing the full picture here. The whole car, okay, first of all, they never called me back for a year now, okay?
No,
that is neglect.
I'm just trying to understand this picture.
The whole car is sprayed with little white dots like that. So if one is chipping, and that chip happened a few months ago. Okay. That's when I really started going down on this, that's when I really started being like, and now it's chipping. Which
How big is that? How big is that chip?
It just looks like a few scratches, right? Like I said, it's around the diameter of a pea, maybe a little bit bigger, and that's about the size of the spot. The spot was about that size, and a lot of the spots are about that size, maybe a little bit bigger.
So if you sent me a picture of this hood from, let's say, I don't know, 4 feet back of the entire hood, would I see any of this?
Possibly, but why would that matter?
Well, because I'm truly trying to understand what we're dealing with here. I see all the dots, and I agree with you, even if it is the size of a pea. I mean, it's pretty strange.
Are the dots eating through the clear coat and causing that chipping?
No, the dots were under the clear coat. That's the point.
Oh,
when they put the clear coat on, they're somehow, like I'm saying, it looks like somebody might have been washing a car nearby and like suds got on the car and they didn't see it. I don't really know.
Well, hold on, can't they just sand through that?
The point is, you guys, the point is it's a brand new car that they ruined. It doesn't matter how big the spot is. This is how I feel like I'm talking to Hyundai now. Like, it's like, does anybody not care of the wrongdoing? I paid all but $8,000 off on that car. You know how I feel about this right now?
I'm getting the idea. I mean,
it's not good. And you guys are on their side. I mean, if this happened to you on a brand new car and they ignored you for a year and it's been chipping,
I would not be happy.
You would be pretty upset.
Carrie, I'm not saying I wouldn't be upset, but I'm just still baffled. This is the size of a pea, this entire photograph. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Is that good, or you can't believe what? That I'm upset about it?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to understand is this picture that you sent, that's microscopic, basically. You're saying the entire car is like this, though.
It's not chipping just yet, but that's what the point is that they're not going to come. They're not going to help me when they first did it.
If they would repaint the entire car under warranty, if we were to call and get that done, would that make it okay?
I would be happy with that, but they weren't going to do it. They were just going to do the hood and then touch up the car.
That's fine.
I wasn't going to allow that.
We're talking a manufacturer's warranty. If we can get Hyundai to pay for a paint job, you'd be happy, right?
Yes, sir. I would be very happy.
I think that's what we do. We reach out and just see if Hyundai will do it. Maybe send them these pictures. They already have a case number, and I think your original email had the case number.
The case number is from me, because that's when I went to Hyundai Corporate. They gave me that case number.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying we have something to reference, though. They know what we're talking about. Yeah, so let's see if they can't do that. Deputy D, you want to do that?
Yeah, in fact, before Carrie even came on the air, I sent 2 emails to her contact at Hyundai.
Good.
And I got some kind of an automated response that says, we got your message and we'll be in touch with you shortly.
Yeah, when we reach out through, and one of the things Dimitri will do is maybe ask this person, hey, we're with the radio station, blah, 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 and maybe you need to put us in touch with PR to get them on. In other words, we can light a little fire here, and let's see what they're willing to do. But I hate to beat a dead horse, but I truly, Carrie, I'm not doing this to irritate you. We're going to try to help you. But I still don't think we're communicating properly. This picture you sent me, you're telling me literally, because I see is that your house or a building kind of in the shadow on there?
No, I didn't zoom in. I just took a close up of the picture, but I'm standing in front of my car now.
Would you send us a picture
in front of the hood?
Yeah, send us a picture of the entire hood. Would you please do that?
Okay.
Yeah, and then hold on. We're going to make sure we have all your information. Dimitri's already reached out over the case number. We're going to see what we can do. Yeah, we would all be upset if we bought a brand new car, less than 100 miles, and there was problems with the paint. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to understand what I'm looking at in the picture. That's all. So we get it. Trust me, I would be upset. Hold tight, everybody. Who do we got coming up? Brian and Carrie coming up, and we're going to look at a picture of that roof deck. Now, for the life of me, Sean, don't zoom in on a pea-sized part of your deck, so then I'll know what I'm looking at, all right?
I got a whole front of the house.
I love it. Hold tight. We're going to look at it right during break. Hold on, man.
What is on a pea size? Wow. When she took down the live stream camera, she was live streaming, walking around.
There's no way